Oh, I hope you guys didn't hear that. Oh, what a good time for it to pop on. Hi guys, I think I did this right. Once again, I do not have Sam to assist me, so you guys have to let me know if I sound dolphiny or weird or like I don't know if this I really need to figure out like my lighting situation because it is so bad in here. Like it sounded unhealthy. Like I sound unhealthy right now. Yeah, I think. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. Okay, well, that is like directly in my eyes and terribly bright, but like it looks good there. So, like, I guess, well, I mean, take it down a notch. There you go. Oh, the soda is it's just a Coke. Okay, so hi everyone, and hi, thank you for everyone who is joining me live, who will be joining me live, and thanks for watching if you're watching after the stream. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone joining these live streams. I know I am kind of all over the place with them right now. I have been talking with Cause Talk Live about going like doing it weekly, but it's kind of figuring out like the scheduling and stuff like that. And also like right now it's like an hour to like set everything up because I don't have like a really good setup yet. So I've got to sit down and figure out how to get my setup. But yeah, Karsten notices. Yeah, thanks. See, I did. I found my Twitch log on. Well, that's cool. And see, here he is on Twitch. I'm almost proud of me. I'm almost proud of me too. Turns out it was really easy. It was saved in my Google Chrome. So cool. That's cool that I can make the. Hi, Junior. Good to see you. It's been a while. And then, hi, Kevin, over on Facebook. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. The power of having the full control is kind of going to my head a little bit. But so yeah, so welcome to an episode of Amber Brite Creates, where you basically get to hang out with me and talk cosplay stuff, talk cosplay community stuff, talk just general nonsense, and I'm going to create at the same time. Originally, I think I was planning on finishing some molds, um, but to do that, I have to like my hands get really messy and then I can't like touch the computer or anything like that. And Thermo AZ is usually my ghost in the machine and can't be here today or is will be here later or something. I don't know. I don't know what she's up to. She's up to craziness. She's up to good stuff. We ship her. Um, I don't know. It's not we don't ship her, but we stand her. That's the phrase that I'm looking for. We stand her. We also ship her, but like anyway, so I decided not to do that because if like something went wibbly or something like that, it would take me forever to like get my hands cleaned off to get to the computer. So Thomas on Facebook says you got home from work before your live ends. Yeah, well, I just went live, so like you're good timing in that regard. So good job there. Yeah, so today I have a couple of potential things that we could be doing. I've got some jewelry to decorate. I've got some things to paint, and I've got a new paint from Reynolds or Smooth On that I was going to try on my silicone pieces. So that's kind of in the docket today. I don't know what we're going to get to, how much we're going to get to, but we're gonna see where we get to. Junior asks, is it cold in our area? If you think 67 is cold, then it is freezing. And I do, and I am. So yes, it is cold. Jessica says, hi, Jess. I did it. Don't think I broke anything. I couldn't figure out how to make the banner say anything other than Amber Bright Crate. So like I guess that's just what I also don't know if the stream name went correct online. I I don't know if that was correct. So if it says like Jinx Gaming or whatever, then sorry, we're false advertising today. So that's what's on the docket today is a bunch of random stuff. So I hope You guys are prepared. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting with me. If you have questions as we go, please don't hesitate. But let's get the other like front-loaded stuff out of the way. I am here through Cause Talk. Did I lock my kitten in? Or is she just up? No, honey bun. I don't know if you guys hear her, but she's being pathetic. Okay. Don't laugh at my sweatpants. Don't laugh at them. I'm going to bring you a kitten, so don't laugh at my sweatpants. Right. Hi. What? What? Do you want in? Do you want in? Come here. Come here. Got you. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Everyone, this is Honeybun. This is our surprise kitten. Yeah. Her full government name is Frosted Chocolate Honey Bun, but I think it needs to be Frosted Cinnamon Honey Bun because she's a little spicy. Yes, she is. So if she suddenly like starts whacking me, it's because she's spicy. So yeah. Thank you for not laughing at my ridiculous sweatpants. No. Oh, yeah. No, she is bad with the keyboard. So she's going to go away because she's probably going to disconnect my stream by accident. But you saw her. She exists. Okay. Now stop being pathetic. You came in. No, Theodore. Okay. Kitten time is over. There. You all saw one of the two kittens. I cannot leave her in here. She lays on my keyboard and she will disconnect the stream or like make it go wonky or something like that. Let's see. Let's catch up with comments. Thomas says, hi, kitty. Sweatpants are great, comfy. Yes, these are extremely comfy, which is why I like them. They were also $2 at Goodwill. And I tend to be very hard on my sweatpants. They get like resin and stuff on them. I normally don't even like, I'm wearing a nice shirt right now, but like when I'm working, I normally don't wear like nice shirts because they get like bleach on them, latex on them, resin, all sorts of stuff. So this is normal sweatpants wear. Django says, cats don't do things by accident. I believe that of her. I don't believe that of our orange cat. Our orange cat absolutely does everything in his life by accident. Like he's an orange cat in all like the good and bad of that. So, I had my layout. Which is my layout? Is it this one? Nope. Wait, maybe, yeah. Nope. Where is my layout? Is it this one? Is it this one? That's gaming. Ah, here it is. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll move my mouse out of the way. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to do first? Well, I know what I want to do first. First, I want to fix my necklace here. So as you can see, this was the necklace I was going to be wearing when this started, but it came apart. Junior says, is he the Garfield? He is not Garfield in any regard because Garfield is thinking and planning and Theodore has no thoughts in his head. He is just as food motivated though. It's also a problem. It is a problem because he will literally steal food that I am currently eating and run off with it. So he is we are trained to teach him that food does not mean he gets to take it and run off with it. I'm gonna have to move this back. Hold on, it's gonna go wibbly for a second. There we go. It's also a little dark. How am I like overall? Am I too dark overall? I have to put this up again. Okay, there we go. See, it came right off again. So you can see I have a slip thing here, and I just didn't get it fully on the jump ring. While I am fumbling with this because it's fiddly, how is everyone's week? Is everyone excited for Thanksgiving? Are you traveling or staying in your house for Thanksgiving? I am staying home. I actually just traveled my first break since the craziness of Halloween, and I went to a quilting retreat with my mom, and I made a quilt. And it's nice because when I'm at home, I do sew a lot, but um it's all like commissions and belts and stuff like that. So like it's a lot of work related stuff. So I got to travel out to the East Coast and hang out with my mom and make a quilt. And my mom is a badass lady, so it was very cool to hang out with her. So there we go. I got it done. Canadian. So for me, Thanksgiving was last month. Thomas, what did you do for Thanksgiving last month? Was it good? Was it fun? Okay. There. Now I have a necklace because I had to fix it. I can't talk smack because I made it. So like I had to fix my own schmutz. So okay. And we're going to, these are some of the pieces that I've made. I have, so for those of you who don't know, I also volunteer at a local wildlife rehab, and they are doing a uh, like a Christmas bazaar where local artists are selling things at Liberty Wildlife, and they are getting a cut of it. So you split the profits with Liberty. And so I've decided, I was originally going to do bugs in resin because I do that and I really love that, but I could only find one bug. It's really hard to find like ethically sourced bugs. So I have been getting the feathers from some of our non-migratory birds, mostly pigeons at this point, and casting them in these resin pieces as kind of a little touch of well, liberty. You get to take a little bit of bird at home. Thomas says, had turkey with the roommates. Work was extremely busy, so didn't get back home to see family, unfortunately. Aw, Thomas, I'm sorry to hear that. I know with the holidays, like family is definitely a big part of what makes it special. So this one I'm going to go with gold. I don't have enough chain to make chains for all of these. So my plan was to make a whole bunch of them and then see which ones looked the best and then do chains for those. Just because like I don't make a lot of jewelry. Like I make jewelry for myself and for my cosplays and stuff, but the jewelry industry, I guess, like the jewelry, like selling jewelry is really hard because it's super saturated because it actually is fairly easy to get into on just kind of a like basic level. So I've never really done a lot with doing like selling jewelry. That's going to change a little bit because I do have some like Mando themed stuff that I think is really cool. So Junior asked, are you a park ranger? Nope, not even close. I am a medical services volunteer, which means that when you bring us a bird that is hurt, I am the one who takes a look at it and sees what we have to do to make it feel better. He is also going to Orlando on Thanksgiving. Ooh, enjoy. It'll definitely be warmer there than most other places. And then Django says, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, so I guess it will be the usual. The usual is not bad. Yeah, I mean, if you like your usual, that's pretty good. Sometimes after having a lot of crazy months, the usual is nice, right? Okay. There we go. Cute little sparkly necklace with little jangly things. I like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and make a chain for it. So we've got got a basic gold chain, and then I've got the ball chain. I think this one's a better match for it. So let's go with the ball chain. Okay. Now we're going to see, I haven't used this chain before, so I don't know if I'm going to have to like solder a jump ring in it. Oh God, those are tiny. Let's see if we can get a jump ring in this, because if I can't get a jump ring in it, and if you guys see me squinting weirdly, it's because it's hard to do this with my contacts in, but my glasses make streaming hard, not because like I'm ashamed of wearing glasses, but because all the lights reflect off the lenses and then you can't see my face. If I keep doing fiddly stuff like this on my stream, though, I'm going to have to go back to glasses because it is very hard to see what I'm doing with my contacts. Who else wears contacts and hates them? Oh, I have my jump ring opener. I wasn't even paying attention. There we go. I have my new ring. It's a jump ring opener. So, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to use this, be able to use this. I'm going to have to get really thin jump rings or solder jump. Oh, no, there we go. Cool. Cool. I don't want to close that fully. All right. Did I start at the wrong end? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's all tangled. Babes, I don't know if I'm going to use this if it's all tangled. Okay. We're making headway. Let's see. Is that long enough? Yeah, that's close enough. We'll do this. Do one more. Chica says, I won't be able to use that shock collar after you do the Twitch thing on you. I did do the Twitch thing on my own, and I got it all figured out. Junior says, I wear contacts. I hate them if they're broken. Oh, okay. Yeah. When contacts are annoying, yes, they're very annoying. That is for sure. I do a lot of like little fiddly stuff, and contacts are very, at least for me, I don't like doing a lot of fiddly stuff with the contacts in. Oh, come here. Oh my gosh. Okay. You got it. Got it. Do I got it? I don't know if I got it. Okay, so we're probably going to switch to painting after this. Just because doing this with my contacts in is... Okay. I also realized that this camera is not the best camera. It's also like, I don't know, it's from when I first started streaming on Twitch, which, as some of you know, was a very, very long time ago. So if you have any recommendations for a new camera that won't break the bank, I would love to hear it. We've got Black Friday coming up. So if you guys have any like good sale ideas, let me know. Okay. And see, like stuff like this is why I don't understand when people sell necklaces for like $5, because like if you are assembling the necklace fully yourself, mating the jump ring and everything like that. Oh, I think I broke that jump ring. Okay, I think it's okay now. Even if you're super fast, like, look, it's taken me, we're going to say like 10 minutes or so just to put like a ring on this thing, connect the ends. And then people charge like $5. And I'm like, Okay, but you can only make like 2 or 3 of this per hour, and you're going to charge $5. You're effectively paying yourself before material cost $10 an hour. I don't know how people do it and charge that little for their necklaces. I really don't. It boggles my mind when I see some of the prices. And that's when I look and I'm like, okay, but did you make it or are you drop shipping? Because I know you can get necklaces off of AliExpress for like $2 or $3. And if you're selling them at $5, that is 100% markup. So, like, there is something to be said about making only a little bit of money, but making a lot of it very easily. All you have to do is have a nice shop, you know? So, I don't know. The other big one too is I just bought earrings off Etsy, and I thought I did a good job researching and making sure that they were a not a drop shipper. And then I put it in my cart and immediately got a coupon for 50% off. And that is a huge red flag. Not to say that everyone who does that is a drop shipper, but if you put something in your cart and they immediately send you a 50% off coupon that doesn't have an expiration date, just run of the mill 50% off, like that's usually a sign that they're a drop shipper. So, sure enough, I just shot that jumping into the far reaches of my room. That's good. I'm going to find that later with my foot. But yeah, sure enough, I took the image that the Etsy listing had been using. I looked on AliExpress and the earrings that I had paid $15 for were $2 on AliExpress. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, Junior says, when I saw your notification for here, I just came here first without hesitation. Oh, thank you, Junior. I appreciate it. It has been a while. I think when I reset my password, it had been 10 years since I streamed on Twitch. So, you know, a little bit of time. Just a small amount. Means I've been in this house for 10 years. That's weird. Means I've been in Arizona for like 15, which is also weird. Because if you ask me where I'm from, I'm still like, oh, I'm from upstate New York. I haven't lived in upstate New York in like 2 decades at this point. So, wait, hold on. I need this. Don't go yet. Little tabby thing. There we go. All right. 15 minutes later, I've made a necklace. So when you guys see these priced for like $30, understand it's because each one takes me an hour to 2 to make and put together before material cost. So, but there's the first one done. And now I just need to get like those necklace boards, I think it is, to put them up on. Or maybe I'll just get like a little tree, but yeah, that's cute. You got a little like, oh, let's hold it the right way. There you go. Little charms, a little bit of a feather. That's this feather is from outside our aviaries, which is where the birds that if a sick bird comes into the front window, it goes to med services. Once it's healthy, it goes out into the rehab center. And this is from the aviaries in the rehab center. So this is a bird that some good Samaritan brought in that was injured and at risk of death and is now or either is going to or has been released back into the wild. So, you know, that's I think that's pretty nice. I think that's pretty cool. Good karma for these. I think anyway. Put that over there. And then we've got this one, which is really pretty. Yeah, you see that purples pop out. I really like the purples. Oh my gosh. Junior, I do remember meeting you in Austin. And I hear my kittens fighting in the background. Sorry about that. And Carson says, my dog found a hedgehog yesterday. I wish hedgehogs occurred naturally in our area. That's so cool. That's so cool. I have a lot of experience with hedgehogs, but as pets through being a vet tech. So no bird flu on the feather. Well, if there is bird flu on the feather, and first of all, bird flu is transmitted through liquids. So unless the feather is wet, no bird flu on the feather. And it is also in resin. So if there is bird flu, it is encased in resin. So just don't crack it open and lick it. Yeah. Also, a lot of birds now are being vaccinated against bird flu. So we're still practicing care when it comes to wild animals. I'm sorry, I can just hear the kittens banging around in the background. So I apologize if you guys hear that. So we don't really have the white ones here, the white hedgehogs. Okay. All right, I'm going to do these two on thingies, and then we're going to switch to painting because I want to finish this, but also, what are my kittens into? I swear to God. I swear to God, I don't know what they're up to. Oh, that's a tiny little jump ball. Come here, come out. You can go in there. Ugh, okay. All right, now we need silver. Junior says, I think about Sonic the Hedgehog. In what regard? Carson says that I thought that pet hedgehogs were normally white hedgehogs. Cute and little. The ones I've seen are mostly gray, like grayish white. I have seen some full white hedgehogs. I think those are albinos, and it is unhealthy to continue to breed albinos because albino is a recessive trait. So if you're breeding for a recessive trait, you can end up with an animal with a lot of health issues. Because if you're breeding for one recessive trait, if that recessive trait is harmless, you will also be encouraging other recessive traits, which might not be harmless. It's funny because I just had a conversation about how blood types are determined with my mom, because apparently there's an old saying in like upstate New York that you inherit the father's blood. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. It is not. A and B are codominant alleles, and O is a recessive allele. So you will inherit a combination of those. Okay. I don't know if you guys expected a little bit of a science lesson when you joined me while I am walking, or I'm working on necklaces, but here we are. Junior says, when you talked about hedgehog, oh, yes, because we were talking about hedgehogs and Sonic is a hedgehog. Yes, I get it. I get it. I'm slowly catching up. I'm definitely not Sonic in this regard. So, use my jump ring. My God. I have a different pair of jewelry pliers that are flat mouthed. Like this part is flat and not round, but I've misplaced them somewhere. And I don't know where I put them. And they're so much easier to use than these round ones because the round ones don't get a good grip. They're good for like shaping wire and stuff like that. But of course it's somewhere in my household. It's somewhere. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get frustrated using these pliers that I don't like as much. And then I'm going to go and make and buy a new set of pliers. And then the night that the new set of pliers gets delivered, I'm going to find the old pliers. That's how it happens all the time. It's just one of the hidden ADHD taxes, I think. So Sonic the Hedgehog could be my next cosplay. Yeah, it could. It probably won't be. It's not really like I'm not really that interested in Sonic. I did enjoy the movies, but that's not. I have such a long list of things that I want to cosplay, and I am so slow on making cosplays right now because I have so many commissions, which is good. Like, trust me, I am not complaining. Please do, buy stuff from me and let me build you stuff and everything. But it does mean that like my cosplays for myself have slowed down drastically. And at this point, I generally only do cosplays that I'm really excited about or that are monetized somehow. So actually, the next cosplays I'm going to shoot are Panther from Persona 5 in a latex catsuit. So that'll be a lot of fun. A human Roxy from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. She's all done. I did shoot her a little bit with a couple of photographers at an event, but I need to do like a full shoot myself. And then Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters. And then from there, the next one will be Elira, my pink Twi'lek. So there you go. Cute little pendant. So Thomas says, the list of what I want to cosplay never seems to get any shorter. It does not. It does not. The more you cosplay, the more you want to cosplay. And even when I cross like one dream cosplay off the list, I add another on. So like one of my dream cosplays. Oh, the kittens are gonna find that later. One of my dream cosplays was Darth Talon, and I was so happy to be able to cosplay her. And then I took her off the list, and I was like, okay, what's my new dream cosplay? And it's a weird one. It is Urel from World of Warcraft in her cool armor before she became like a weird zealot, which I'll never forgive them for because that was my girl. That was my girl. And then my other dream cosplay that I'm working, because I'll probably never do Urel. I'm just gonna be honest. I probably won't ever do her. But the other one that I really want to do and probably will do is a Chagrian from Star Wars. So it's if you remember the senator, he has that blue guy that stands next to him that has like the like leku and then the like horns. And I'm like, ooh, I want to cosplay that. So I'm not going to cosplay him specifically. I'm going to cosplay an OC, but I'm going to make a Chagrian. I'm very excited. I can't wait to I got to figure out if I'm going to make the horns part of the latex headpiece or if I'm going to make the latex headpiece and then make the horns something that I add on later. So the Warcraft lore is full of characters that wanted something a bit too much. Yeah, and like I don't want to bash on WoW, but there are definitely points in their production where it's very obvious that the writers were beholden to what the raiders thought would be cool. Like, oh, we want to fight this person as a boss. So this person has to be evil, you know? And like I think of my girl Sylvanas. They trashed my poor girl Sylvanas. And then they're like, oh no, it totally makes sense because like really she was good all the time. And I'm like, no, she wasn't, and you know it. Honestly. Okay, so all of these are tiny little pieces of gold chain, not actually gold chain, which is actually not very helpful. Okay. This is too short? Yeah, that's too short too. Lord Almighty, how many gold chains did I... Oh, Lord. Okay, well, this one too, I'm assuming, is going to be too short. Finally got my Twi'lek costume finished and approved for the Dark Empire group. That is next either Twi'lek Mando or a second sister. Thomas, that's freaking awesome. Congratulations on getting approved. Congratulations on getting the work or doing the work to get through that. You want to go out? Yeah. You okay? Do you want to come say hi? Oh, where'd my mouse go? I don't know. Let me switch back over. Did you? Okay. Come here. You want to come say hi? No? You're sleepy? You're sleepy? You sleepy? Come here. Come say hi to me. Come say hi. Come say hi to everyone. Come on. Come on. He's like, I don't want to. I was sleeping. Come here and say hi. Come on. Come on. No? No? Okay, sorry. You guys don't get puppy time. That's Cal, C-A-L, named after Cal Kestis, a.k.a. Cali Pepper, a.k.a. Caliente Pepper, a.k.a. Pepper. In Classic, you did tests with lethal illnesses on Horde Civilizations, but oh yeah, Sylvanas, yeah, and like that's my thing is like Sylvanas was always evil. There was this, and like as a writer, like good writers can make us care about characters that are like, always evil or obviously evil. But like what they did was they made her so comically evil. And then just was like, we're like, oh no, she was actually good the entire time. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make a character do irredeemable things and then walk it back and be like, oh, but it was for the greater good. Don't do that. Like you're ruining the story that you're trying to tell. You're ruining this character because now she's all over the board. Like, just let her be evil. And like, I think they made her cartoonishly evil. So like I really wish that they had kind of walked back a little bit on that regard. I wish they had given her better motivations than she's big mad about everything. That didn't seem like a good motivation. And then when they were like, oh no, her true motivations is to save the entire world. I'm like, okay, yeah, but that's not like that's so obviously like you trying to retcon it because everyone was like, oh, but Sylvanas is my bae, my waifu, and like you didn't want to like let them down or whatever. But you already did. Like you already made her cartoonishly evil. Like, Dog is not wearing a poncho. He does have a poncho. He does. He is not wearing it now because I like my dogs naked in the house. My previous dog had a lot of, oh, let me switch my cameras back. Maybe I'll just do halvesies because like it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna do halvesies right here, right here. Okay. It's kind of my previous dog had spinal issues. And so we got out of the habit of having him wear his collar and stuff like that because any yanking on his neck could have killed him. So now just force of habit is that like when my pets are home, they don't wear clothes, they don't wear collars, they don't wear anything because we had to be so careful with my previous dog. So he does have a poncho. He does have a Cal Kestis poncho though. That's a good point. He should cosplay as Cal Kestis. Did they have a skin for Cal Kestis that had like mutton chops? I think I remember something like that. Where he would just looked because someone was making a joke that he's not Cal at that point. He's y'all. Jessica says, I put a sweater on Coconut today. Okay, but Jess, Coconut is an adorable little Maltese who is tiny and probably freezing. So I agree. You should not, like, you should put a sweater on Coconut because Coconut is probably looking at this weather going, what the heck? Why? I thought I lived in a desert. So I agree with that. My sister puts a sweater on her Chihuahua. Cal is fine. He's actually he's a little panicked. So he's fine. Sorry, you need to go on a diet. They had all the weird facial hair in Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I remember that. Didn't they have like what was the ridiculous outfit that went with that? I can't remember. Mission Control, when Mission Control was playing, showed me all the ridiculous skins that you could get. I just want Cal Kestis's voice actor to get to play him in live action. Like, I know it's not the right time period, but like he could just show up in Ahsoka season 2. That would make me really happy. You know, that's fine. We've already had time travel. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. There's that one. Coconut can't regulate his body temp. Yeah, he's wee. He's very wee. All right. Congratulations, us. Good job, us. We did a whole 2 things. I am going to go ahead and switch us to painting because I don't want to squint at the little jump rings anymore. It is drying my contacts out. So we are going to switch to some painting. I just have to move some stuff. You guys can't see it, but my desk, it's bad. It's bad. It's a mess. Like, there's just stuff all over. So, like, it's probably good you guys can't see it because you would be like, organize your shit, girl. And I'd be like, but I don't want to. Organizing is for other people, not me. That is a commission that is done. That can go over there. Okay. And then we've got, this is a cool thing I just made. It's like a unicorn, like little tiara. And it's going to have magnets so that it just magnets into the wig that I'm going to wear it with. So I'm excited about that. I am using, where are the magnets? Where are the magnets? Here's the magnets. I am using neodymium. I am using rare earth magnets. Neodymium. Medium. For Ashley Castle. Jess, I am not sure. Because I've got a big white foofy thing. So I could do like a unicorn look. But I also have my Vanessa Ives, that blue dress from Penny Dreadful. And it's gorgeous. And I kind of want to do that at Ashley Castle. But I've got to make like a scorpion choker for that. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. So this is backup for Ashley Castle. Yeah, it's backup. Yep. The chaos could be the order. It is order in my head. Like I look around and I know what everything kind of is part of, belongs to. So yeah. I just gotta repaint it because it got a little gold at the bottom. And like blue on it somehow. I was like, where did that come from? I don't know. So let's put these away. We're gonna do some painting. And I'm gonna stop squinting like that because it's just gonna give me a headache. So I think if I do start live streaming during the day, it will be earlier in the day because this is about the time that I wrap up at during a day of work. Like I'm usually done about this point. And then it'll also be with my glasses on. So I got to figure out the lighting situation so you can actually freaking see. You always have blue fingers. You know, today, it's because I haven't painted. We're about to paint though, so we'll see how far we get there. All right, let me put this away. Oops, sorry. This away. I have to lean awkwardly close. I'm sorry. Just put the water way over there. Water. And then things to paint. Things to paint. I'm gonna put you away. Okay, so we're gonna start with these, I think. Because these are gonna be for an actual commission. These need to be sanded. See, this is the organized chaos, I say. And then I have a giant box of things, some of which need to be painted. So let's pick out some of those. I would love earlier streams. Well, there, good. I'm glad at least somebody would be able to join me and watch, because I do worry about it, because a lot of people are like, I work during the day, and I'm like, I know, but so do I, which is why I have to do it at that point. Because like at this point, I'm normally playing 7 Days to Die or something else. Oh my God, I have a lot in here that needs to be painted. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's so much in here. I didn't realize that there was this much in here to be painted. I definitely got a little ahead of myself in the casting area. Okay, the rest of these are all already painted. So there's that. Okay. Cool. We're gonna put you over here. Over here. Today for my paint plate, I will be using this convenient plastic top that has served me well so far. So voila. I'm pretty sure it's a top to a latex bucket, and I'm pretty sure the latex bucket is over there holding other stuff. This is the thing that I do, is that when I empty a bucket, if the stuff comes out of it nicely, I just keep the bucket and use it to hold well, right now, here's this bucket that used to be for clay foam, and right now it is holding a vital piece of my next Elira photo shoot, which is just a handful of Imperial credits. So I'm hoping to have this bucket completely full, and maybe even a bigger bucket completely full by the time we go to shoot. So I have just a metric crap ton of Imperial credits to play with. Where does this go back over here? Okay, so I'm going to pull these out, because those will be painted according to the people who ordered them. So these can go over here. Yes. Where's a bucket? See, I need a bucket for these. Oh, here's a cup. I'll put them in a cup. This is the other thing too. I use cups for organization too. Thomas says, just be sure not to drink the paint water. It is not a good time. Do you know, that is why I specifically use these solo cups in my house are not for drinking. They are for crafting. If you are at my house and you see a red solo cup, don't use it. It probably has had resin or silicone or paint water or something in it. Like these, not safe. Not safe. Carson says, focusing on the road to get to my rehearsal, or Junior says it. You're focusing on the road to get to rehearsals. Started reading. Junior, stop watching my stream if you are driving. Please turn off my stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you are driving, please turn off the stream and focus on the road. Django says, time zone wise, you are at the end of the world. I mean, that's fair. I feel like I'm at the end of the world too. And then Jess says, I love reusing materials packaging. Yeah. One of our friends, Thermo, was actually just talking about how she is trying to be more green. Because cosplay is a very, very, like, it's a very, very waste producing hobby. It just is. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. We create a lot of waste. So whenever you can find a way to decrease the amount of waste that you are making or reduce, reuse, recycle, like this is all stuff that we as cosplayers should really be trying to do. And so like I do that by reusing cups, reusing materials. I do that by using like a lot of silicone spatulas and stuff like that for or not painting, mixing stuff. So that way, like at the end, I can just peel the resin off and reuse them. I'm not going through a ton of like disposable paint brushes and stuff like that. It's successful to a degree. At the end of the day, it's still a highly wasteful hobby, and it's hard to ethically source things, but also not to like hop on politics or anything like that. We are in end stage capitalism. There is no ethical consumption in end stage capitalism. Like we are just doing the best that we can in a world that is set up to not allow us to do our best. So I try and challenge myself, but I also try and give myself grace as much as possible. Because screw capitalism, man. It's the worst. The worst. Thomas says, I have a brass cup and somehow I've gotten distracted and too many places and did it anyway. I can't say I've never drunk paint water. I can't. Because I have, unfortunately, several times. I've never drunk resin water, at least. I've never done that. I've always been really good with my resin cups, where I've never drunk resin. Okay. So for this first one, these, I just want them to be a little grayish. Gosh, this camera's terrible. Someone tell Sam to let me have her old camera, because this is terrible. I wonder if this is a bad decision. Okay, well, now I've got that like super villain lighting, like blah. Anyway. Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with bad lighting on me for the time being. I really need to work on this situation, because the other light is like directly behind me, and so like I'm like directly in the shadows. So okay, for painting then I'm going to mix a tiny amount of black, a tiny amount of white, because I want to give a nice, and this is kind of how I do it, is again going to the, oh, can you even see it? Where is 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 it? There, here. I don't want to get paint on my nice thingy. So I don't like wasting paint either, because it also increases my material cost, like it's not good. So we're just going to swirl it here, and this will allow me to kind of create different grays for different portions. See, I just wiped it on my pants. This is why I have terrible like pants all the time. Okay. So I'm going to take this darker, start from up here, darken up that. It's not really making a difference. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to start introducing some variation with this darker gray. And like a good paint job is built up in layers. So like you're never going to have a nice, deep, realistic paint job by only doing one coat. So like you just, when you're doing a paint job, you just have to understand that like you're in for at least 2 or 3 coats before you can get like the really like, I mean, for most things, I'm going to do literally just a black wash on these credits, and that'll be good enough. But I've also increased or introduced variability in them by how I painted and cast them Also, they're not a primary piece. They're like going to be like a set piece. So I'm not super worried about them having a really nice dark or a really nice deep, you know, paint job. Chica says you wouldn't have to wipe it on your pants if you had gloves. I don't know how the gloves would like, because then it would just be on my gloves and I'd wipe my gloves. Like there's a lot of times I should be wearing gloves, I agree, but like this is just acrylic paint. Like this is, I don't need to have gloves on for this. This is not a gloved situation. All these paints have been tested time and time again where you could like literally eat them and they're not going to be causing any issues. So like, don't get me wrong, PPE is important, but I don't think I need PPE in this situation. And so you'll notice that like when I use my brush, I'm kind of like doing it, like I'm not going straight in, I'm doing it at an angle. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just hit the high points and not hit the low points. Because I want to lighten this. If I was trying to black wash it, I would go into the low points and then wipe off the high points. So Jigus, why would you eat paint? You're confused. I wouldn't eat paint, not intentionally anyway. I'm just saying that these paints have been tested and are non-toxic. I think they have to test any paints that they use in schools, I think it is. But no, I'm not eating paint. I have snacks. Okay, and then go back over here. And I'm going to rotate this, and I'm just going to take from the whitest part. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm just hitting the tippiest top and then kind of the highest points down here to really just kind of bring those out. I'm not super worried about what am I trying to say? Like, it's okay if it's a little messy because these are going to be part of a paw. Like I'm using these to be the claws in like a wampa paw that I'm making. So most of the time you're not even going to see them, but I just do want to have them to have, I mean, like look at how nice that looks already with the, like, just the little, like the 2 quick paint jobs we did it. So it's one of my core things. I always tell people, like, you should always, whether, unless you are doing a magical girl or a Power Ranger, unless you're a Sentai, you should be weathering because everything looks so much better with just a little bit of attention to the paint job. And you saw there that I had like too much white on my horns. So I basically put it at the very tip here where it's okay if it was too white. And then I dry brushed the white further down. And because I was mostly dry brushing, it gave like a more natural transition to it. You don't have the harsh lines of like, oh, this is where I used white and this is where I used gray. A lot of painting is just learning how to like work with how much paint you've picked up. I know that sounds silly, like, well, duh, but like you got to learn how to have enough paint on your brush without having too much, and what to do if you do get too much on your brush. Django says Elira is a snack. Well, thank you. She's a very expensive snack who will also take all of your secrets, sell them for money, and then probably blackmail you. But at least she'll be pretty while she does it. you'll have a fun time of things. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Do I have a rag? Do I have a rag that is not my pants? I don't. I was gonna black wash, but I don't want to wipe off on my pants. So I think I'm going to not black wash. Okay, so these are all base painted, but I want to do a black wash on them just to like make them so they're not quite so, I mean, look how flat that is. Same with this. Like that's just a flat paint job. So a lot of these ones that I use on like the belts and stuff like that, I just do a black wash, just to kind of like pop the highs and the lows and really like make them like look like authentic. Like if you look at things in the real world, they're not just like one color. You know, they've got like dirt on them. They've got, you know, some bright points. They've got some low points. Like, you know, the way you make things look more authentic is by adding more colors to them. Unless you are a Sentai or a magical girl. In that case, you can be whatever color you want. Okay, so I've got white out here and gray. I don't have any more white and gray, so we're gonna turn a little bit and get away from that patch, and we're going to do, let's see, let's do some of these teeth here. I need, where are you? Where are you? That's fine. No, that's not going to work. Don't I have a wipe cloth? I do have a wipe cloth. Yay! See, this is another thing that I try and do to be a little bit more eco-friendly is I try and use a wipe cloth for my black washing instead of just using, I don't know why I wiped my face with it. It's dry right now, but like this I can wash as opposed to like paper towels I would have to throw away. So yay, we've got what I wanted. So we are going to do some darker colors in here. What is underneath? Nothing. Nothing is underneath. Oh, some lovely brown. You guys feel like some brown? I feel like some good brown. It farted at me. That's okay. Okay. So, and then I'll rotate this. You guys can actually see the paint I'm using. This is throwing me for a loop because it's a little, I think it's like mirrored on the screen. So it's like hard. Okay. So when I have something like this, I want this part to be white, but I want it to have some good colors to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brush brown into all of these dark spots, and then I'm going to wipe it from the tip to create kind of a gradient, I guess. So we're just going to go in here. You can see. We can't because I'm on the wrong one. And then I just take this and I go wipe, 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 wipe. And see, it's keeping it in the dark. So this is kind of like black washing, I guess. I don't know. There's probably like this technique has probably got like a actual name to it and stuff like that. But this is just how I start to paint. And then I'm going to be able to blend this line in a little bit with some white. So if you are not comfortable, you can go out. Oops. Geronimo. Yeah. I just love when I get to paint things, like organic things, especially just how like Bob Ross used to say there are no accidents. And I really love that like philosophy in painting, especially like the organic stuff. Cause like whatever you do, if you don't like it, just keep working on it and you'll eventually be able to come up with something that you do like. But like, you know, you don't have to do it the same way every single time. You don't. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry while I do that same thing to this one, which also has a lot of good crevices in it. So start this way, get nice down into the crevices. This one I actually modeled after a shark tooth. I took an image of a shark tooth and used that as my inspiration for this one. So, I mean, obviously, for the most part, shark teeth are not quite this big. So, and in before somebody says, oh, you can get those teeth that big with a megalodon. The megalodon is extinct, people. It is extinct. My 8-year-old niece the other day was like, well, they're trying to bring it back. I'm like, no, they're not, sweetie. No one wants a 30-foot shark. And there's no space for a 30-foot shark. Like, can you imagine trying to get a zoo? Like, they can't even provide proper care to orcas. And like, those don't need to keep swimming all the time. Sharks need to keep swimming all the time. So like a 30-foot shark needs a massive amount of space. But yeah, look, I love this. I love how good it looks when you just brush it off like that. Look how nice that looks. Oh, except my finger is taking off more than I want it to right there. Yeah, look at that. And then I'm gonna darken it up here. And then back here. The animals in Star Wars have really bad dental hygiene. Someone should throw out some of those dental chewing sticks. Yeah, I mean, have you seen like the Rancor when it opens its mouth and roars? Like they need to be brushing its teeth, that's for sure. I don't even know how they would bring it back. Yeah, I don't think they have enough DNA to even bring it back. It's kind of like those, not to like get like super nerdy about like biology and stuff like that, but you had that company that recently came out and was like, oh, we brought back dire wolves. What they did is they took the existing genome of the white wolf and put in it, I think it was the white wolf, I can't remember, don't quote me on that, but it was a wolf. They took the existing genome and they inserted a couple of sequences of DNA that they had gotten for the dire wolf. Because I don't know if you guys know, but we've actually found like frozen specimens of dire wolves before. So we have DNA, not the complete sequence. So like there's not enough for them to just like and like make a new baby. What they did is they're like, okay, we know that this gene sequence is specific to dire wolves. We know this one, we know this one, we know this one. And they took those and they smashed them into the existing genome sequence of the wolves. And then they produced those animals. So are those animals dire wolves? No, they're not. It is not the same gene sequence. It is not the same DNA. It is not, they're not by very nature dire wolves. But are they close? Do they ecologically fill the same niche? Probably. Will they look like dire wolves? Almost certainly. I mean, they've shown pictures of the ones that they've got that are mostly grown, and they do resemble dire wolves. So, like in that regard, just like not to get even nerdier, but just like fish isn't a thing. There's no group of animals that you can draw a circle around and say this is fish. Um, words can have meanings beyond like what we use in biology. So in that regard, like, do you want to call them dire wolves? Sure, that's fine. That's fine. But like, it's important for us to know that they're not true dire wolves. Like they are someone's creation of a dire wolf like creature. And like when it comes to the megalodon, I don't think we even have like genome sequenced like they did with the dire wolves. Like I don't think, I'm so sorry, I'm like completely off here. Um, they don't even have like the DNA like sequence like Epic had with the dire wolves. So I don't think they could. I don't think it's even possible to bring it back. Biologists have no standards, only Darwin. I gotta disagree with you there. Biologists have very strict standards. Um, and I know the if we're talking about like standards of like behavioral, like is it proper to bring this wolf, these creatures into the existence? They talk a lot about why they choose to do it. And ultimately, it's because they're pursuing a technology that will be able to bring back things like the dodo bird, these things that are missing from our ecosystem that we as humans directly contributed to. But the dodo bird isn't sexy. Like, it's not going to make headlines. They're not going to be like, oh my God, look at these dodo birds. Dire wolves are. Dire wolves got them media coverage, they got them sponsors, they got them, people signing up to find out what they're doing. So I understand why they chose to be like, oh, we remade dire wolves, because like sometimes you have to frame science in a way to catch people's attention. Um, but they themselves have said that like, it is a technology that they want to use to, undo some of the things that humans unfortunately have done. But like it's interesting that it happened. Um Hank Green had a really good breakdown of it, and like his conversation with what was it? Colossal Industries, I think it was. And that was really interesting. And I like how on my stream I'm like, we're going to talk about cosplay. I'm painting teeth and we're talking about DNA recombination. If anyone has any questions about the specific cosplay techniques I am using, please let me know. I'm probably going to paint for another like 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go take my contacts out. So 15-minute warning. Get your requests for information out now. I also really like painting these teeth because I find it very relaxing, because like I don't have to do it the exact same way every single time. I can do it different. Like this one is the same sculpt as this one, but like I might not end up painting it exactly the same way. It's one of my favorite things about cosplays in general is that no two cosplays are exactly the same, and I love that. Like when people are like, "Oh, you're the best so and so cosplay," it honestly makes me sad. Don't say that to people. I don't. I like, you can say like you're my favorite, or I love your Twi'lek cosplay the most. Like that's fine, but don't call me the best, because like I don't. That's like everyone else is subpar, and I just I find certain things that people say to cosplayers unintentionally hurtful to other cosplayers, and that's one of them. Like say you're my favorite Twi'lek, or I love how you do your Twi'leks, or I really think that your Twi'leks are super lifelike, et cetera, et cetera. But don't tell me like, oh, like I've seen other people try and do Twi'leks and they don't do it as well as you. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Ugh. That one that one makes me wibbly down in my stomach. That makes me go, oh no, please don't do that. Thomas says, I enjoy your stream, so I'm just happy to be here hanging out. Well, Thomas, thank you for being here to hang out. Otherwise, it's just like me in a poorly lit room talking to myself, which that happens. Like that's not too far off from the truth, but it's nice that other people are hanging out with me while I'm in a dimly lit room talking to myself. So Django says, but your Rio is my favorite Twi'lek. That's a good compliment. I like favorite Twi'lek. That's good. She is blue and has knives and guns and a garrote. I've got to get the garrote on my new armor because it doesn't fit in. So I used to have that garrote that was in like, um, it would slide in to where my gauntlets were, but then I put a plate there and it doesn't slide around that plate anymore. So I've got to figure out a way to like put a hook or something right there so that I can have the garrote again, because I love that garrote. But yeah, that's one of the few things that like didn't make the I'm not going to say cut, I'm going to say transition from my old armor to my new armor, just because like I knew I wanted full coverage gauntlets. And when I didn't even think about it, but when I went to try the garrote on the full coverage gauntlets, it was like, nope. And I was like, oh, sugarfoot. So that's an upgrade that's coming, is getting the garrote back for Rio. Because I agree, it was very fun to have that. I'm also working on her full helmet still, because I can't figure out how I want it to functionally work. And so like I keep putting it together and then taking it apart and then putting it together and then taking it apart and then putting it together and taking it apart. And I'm at like number 12 at this point of taking it apart. And I think I need to just like settle, I guess, like just like go. Because otherwise, see, like this one didn't work as well with the method that I was using, but we'll be okay. Miscellaneous protector B. Oh, hi. Thanks for joining us. Oh, it's a spammy thing. Not thanks for joining us. You're a spammy bullshit BSer. Can I don't know if I can block her. Damn it. See, spam. Not good. All right, well, obviously I need to figure out how to block people from this. Ooh, can I? Nope, it looks like she's already been taken care of. So, Thomas says, I really need to figure out holsters and stuff for my vibro knives and a blaster and a big honking sword. Yes, big honking sword. Mandas with big honking swords. Yes. You need to get a Twitch bot to ban the spam. Yeah, I did have a bot, but I'm pretty sure that bot is now no longer in existence. So yeah, that'll be something before I start doing 4-hour streams and stuff like that, is to get my bot in place. I'm also right now on Cause Talk Live's StreamYard. And so I've got to figure out if I would be streaming through Cause Talk Live StreamYard or doing my own thing or what. Because obviously I love Cause Talk Live. I'm here. I'm my favorite people's. But it does get a little weird that if I'm streaming regularly, if I start like getting biddies and stuff like that. Are they bits? They're bits now, right? Subs and stuff like that. Yeah, like the money thing gets a little complicated. So I need to have that conversation before I start streaming regularly. Also, I need to get glasses and a light in here. Though during the day, I've got a big window right there. So it's like really nice during the day. So maybe I don't need to worry about a light if I'm streaming earlier in the day. Wait, bring this back, please. I need this. Oh. It's not my water cup. This is my water cup. I only know things about Nabot. Yeah, I'll have Mission Control look into what bots are useful right now. Sorry for the spam, everyone. We'll try and fix that before next time. Because, it's like rude too. Because I'm like, oh, another viewer. Yay, I'm so excited. And then it's like, oh, buy my stuff. And I'm like, no, get out. But as you can see now, I'm just taking a pure white and I'm using it to blend down into the brown and create that kind of more natural look and less of a like Amber just painted it look. And I'm not, so when I use the word dry brushing, what I mean is that my brush has only a little bit of paint on it. I am not dry brushing right now. What I'm doing is actually kind of like the opposite, is I'm doing it with a lot of paint on my brush so that I can work it down onto the highlights of the tooth. So look at how like authentic that looks overall. I have a question, but this is related to cosplay crafting. It's more like sponsorships things, and you seem to already have a bunch of cosplay plans in the near future. What's your question? Go ahead and ask. The worst thing I can say is no, or I don't know. And then I can always find an answer for you if it's a question about how to do things. This is why I started doing the brown underneath, is it cuts down on the amount of steps I have to paint, because now I just have to paint this twice, as opposed to you saw for all the rest of these, I had to paint it 3 times. So no, not like that. Okay. You can always DM me too, or send me an email at amber@amberbriteprops.com. It is now amberbriteprops.com. I do think amber@amberbrite.com would work too. I don't know. I don't know if we still have that connected or not. So. I have to say, painting is one of my favorite parts of the job. Like, I just think it's just so relaxing. Like, it's just like, yeah, it can get a little monotonous if you're painting the same thing over and over again. Like sometimes I'll put up pictures of like when I do batches of Zabrak horns, I'll paint like literally like 200 horns at a time. And that can get a little monotonous, but I don't know. I get to just like put on music or talk to you all and just like zen and go. I had an idea for an Anubis cosplay. Oh, cool. Thoughts into written words. Yeah, send me your ideas. I enjoy doing original characters. A lot of times the original characters I do are framed in Star Wars because that's like so much of like what my prop work and stuff is through. But I did rock a unicorn cosplay there for a little bit, mostly for the Ren fairs. Yeah, look how good that looks. Yay. And so what I'll do is I'll let these guys, these horns, I'll let them dry completely. And then I will brush them with a lacquer that will just kind of help keep the paint on. Because what I was finding was that I was getting people saying, oh, I really like them, but like the paint is worn off the tip and now they don't look as good. So now what I do is I brush a top coat on to kind of give them a little bit more durability. Yeah, here we go. See? I'm just trying to hit the highest points, and then I'm going to go back over here and hit the highest points on the back end here too. And this, I'm not going to drag it all the way in because I want the back to be darker. So I'm just going to kind of hit it right on the edges right there and let the front be a little lighter. Thomas says, when I started out, I hated painting, but after painting two 40K armies, oh, Warhammer 40K, I'm starting to really enjoy painting. Yeah, I think you can like I do think that there are some people who are going to like painting no matter what, and then some people who are going to hate painting no matter what. But like as it becomes like something that you're familiar with, I feel like it becomes less taxing and more relaxing. Like it's not exactly mindless, but it's not strenuous either. You know, it's like it's a good balance. Like it's like enough to engage my brain, but not so much that I'm just like or anything like that. So English is hard. Can you believe that a page has to be more than one sentence? English is hard. I think it wasn't it listed as like one of like the hardest um languages to learn because it has rules from like every other language. And so like you'll be taught, like I always think of the one I before E except after C or when sounding like A. Like that's a lot of exceptions. Like and it's because we've got words from all different languages. And so like we don't have like English doesn't have a cohesive or, um consistent set of rules because it just is borrowing from everybody else. So Thomas says, definitely feels more rewarding to look at it and say, I did that me. Yeah. Yeah. I get that. I get that. I I love finishing something. And for me, one of my favorite parts is when people go, oh, where'd you get it? And I get to be like, my brain, my hands. I got it from me. I did it. I did the thing. It is mine. I enjoy that quite a bit. All right. It is about 6:30. It is late. I am done working for the day. So last minute questions, get them out. If you have enjoyed hanging out with me, please follow me on whatever platform you are watching me on. You can also join me on Twitch, on YouTube, on Cause Talk Live's pages. Cause Talk Live just posted a calendar of when I will be streaming. It'll be in another 2 weeks and 2 weeks after that. It should be pretty consistent through January. And if I change that or if I start adding on additional things, I will update both my Twitch and my YouTube to reflect that. But once again, my name is Amber Brite. You can find me at Amber Brite Props on basically every social media. Let me make myself big again and then maybe make it so that like my lighting is not so, I mean, that's terrible regardless. There we go. Is that better? I don't know. Babes, I gotta work on my lighting. That is for sure. All right, lighting is hard. There we go. That looks better. It's like directly in my eyes, but that's fine. Can you let me be? Can you let me breathe? Thank you. But yeah, so Amber Bright, drop that. Props at Amber Bright Props and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I've been really like quiet, but it's just because I had Halloween. So um Italian GTRST. I don't know how to decipher your name, but hi, thank you for joining me on Twitch. I'm sorry that you are coming in at the end, but I'll be back in 2 weeks, about a hour from now, hour and a half earlier. Generally at this time of night, I only stream for about an hour, hour and a half. But yeah, check me out, give me a follow there. I generally post the day of if I'm doing live streams. Cause Talk Live has an updated post with all the times of them. I believe Thermo Cosplay is the next to do streaming. She is still streaming the Mass Effect trilogy. I don't know where she is in it, so I don't know how far along she is, but she's our like real life Garrus. So you should go, like, you should give her a like and a follow and subscribe. Oh, it's Shabla. Oh, hi, Shabla. You should message me. It's getting cool. We should shoot. Go to the hills. Anyway, Thermo's taking a short break. Thanks, Jessica. Jessica says that Thermo's taking a short break. Just does that mean you gaming is next? I don't know. Go look at the schedule. Don't rely on me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at any given time. But yeah, if you liked this, if you're watching it in the future, hi future person. Thanks for coming back in time to hang out with me. Please let me know if it is. I'm not going to say that like, oh, I need people to tell me that they want me to stream more, but it is easier for my little ADHD brain if I am like, oh, people actually liked watching it and enjoyed it. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know if it's like this time is the best or earlier would work or earlier wouldn't work. whatnot, all that stuff. But that's it for me. I would go get a kitten, but they're quiet at this point, so I don't want to disturb them because I bet they're asleep, which means that I can go get a snack in peace and not have to fight off kittens. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me, and check out Jinx Gaming on Tuesday. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it most muchly. And check out me in 2 weeks. So everyone stay kind, stay creative, and do something nice for somebody else today, okay? Love you all. Bye. Now, let's see if I can actually end it this time, because last time I was like, I'm going to end this, and then I like sat here for like 10 minutes. So I don't think this is the right outro, but